Is it that Liverpool? How exciting for me. Wow, all Seinosuke's achievements are from seniors. That's crazy. Seinosuke. 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 There we go. I'll say it properly. Seinosuke's achievements are all in seniors. So is this his first year in Masters? That's a huge achievement if it is. I'm more scared of like current seniors going into Masters than I am current Masters. As far as players are concerned.
Keeping it up for the young guns here into our top four.
And with what a deck, right? Like Roaring Muniac.
I'm really excited to see how this Roaring Moon plays.
I had Roaring Moon in my tier list.
Hey, got the first shiny Beldum.
Luckily bumped up Miraidon the week before Worlds a little bit higher. Turns out it was
power up in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this matchup plays out.
Please don't run away, Shiny. I really want to catch you.
Leaves you susceptible to our retaliation phantom dive.
I'll make you the most powerful Metagross.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Seinosuke approaches this. As clearly
It's jumped out twice. That's kind of concerning.
Yeah, now I'm more interested to see what Raz
Awful throw.
Now, as these players have their headsets on, we can kind of talk about these lists, and I'm looking through things here. Raz does have,
Where is Raz from? Because that's a lot of European/English or UK-based achievements. Yeah, Yokohama was senior, so this must be his first Master season. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's crazy. Like, one of the things I'm absolutely fearing in international competition is Gabriel Fernandez aging up to Masters. That kid is scary good.
Each and every single time. Seinosuke's deck is designed to do that as well, right? Every single time, and between dark patches.
So please leave me alone. I will. I won't be mean to you.
The choice for either of these players, whoever won the coin flip, that could be important.
So obviously keep the shiny.
Who is going first? Who is going second? Without a doubt, will be an important.
It's not bad, Quillfish.
Part of this match, players drawing their opening hands have to find a basic Pokemon in this opening hand of 7 to get this game underway. Raz here, looking at the hands, thinking through it. Does look like he has a basic Pokemon. Seinosuke has one.
Seinosuke.
As well. Surprise cards going out shortly.
See, the only like Japanese name I'm 100% confident in saying is Shinsuke Nakamura. Because he's a WWE wrestler that gets mentioned all the time. So Giratina being prized for the Regidrago player kind of sucks because they've got no way to one-shot.
A copy of Dark Patch on the other, and the single copy of Roaring Moon getting prized.
The Drago. Sorry, the Roaring Moon without it being without KOing itself.
Yeah, kind of awkward prizes, nothing that's detrimental to the deck.
3 grasping prizes isn't brilliant for Raz.
Giratina V-Star would probably be an annoying surprise in certain matchups. I don't think it's going to be as relevant.
RK9 says Raz, Wolpe, IL, which is Israel. Oh, okay. Yeah, IL can see it there now. Does the Middle East have much in the way of regionals and stuff? I don't think it does it?
Let's get into this top.
I hate to keep talking about this, but what happens if the player in that top 8 left to catch a flight? What would happen then?
There we go. Yep. The fist bump.
Left to catch
and we're gonna
a
get
flight.
this top 4 match.
I think if they won, then they just wouldn't play the next game.
I wonder whose choice that was.
But we've seen people go catch flights who haven't been able to make top 8, and it's just like an auto win for their opponent. So, but yeah, I imagine unless it's something very specific, the prize money would cover a new flight. It'd cover a hotel for sure. Get the flight in the morning. It's been noisy outside.
Yep, it is susceptible to that Roaring Moon X aggression. Now, talked a lot about Petra on TX. That card is really good, but it's
I'm very excited to see how this plays. So, having seen this deck in the top 8, I actually went and checked to see if there's any good Roaring Moon lists. There was one on Pokejule's website, of all things, of all places, like 5 days ago, something ridiculous. And they have cut the Greninja package, i.e. Energy Switch Water Energy. So I wonder if this list is also doing the same thing. Very excited to find out. Will they have to bring a new person in? No. No, the game just wouldn't happen. The person who was still there would just take the win.
All your attackers are dark type as well.
Effectively, they would forfeit the game. So it would go down as a loss for them, win for the opponent. I can hear like a loud truck outside, but I don't know where it is. It's like a bin lorry, but it's Sunday. So top 4 would go straight into the finals. Yes. So in the situation you're describing, which I know what you're talking about, yeah, they would just win their top 4 game and go straight into the finals. I love that we're beating around the bush so much when most people probably don't even care.
Premier support Pokemon in our Pokemon trading card game format at the moment. Only got 100.
Also, can we talk about how quick those games were? That's kind of crazy.
Of attacks, but Squawk and Seas, while it can
It was really weird as well that we got 2 top 8 games, but not 4. You know what I mean? Like, what? Why do 2? It doesn't really make much sense. I suppose 1 from each side of the bracket, maybe? I'm sure this has happened loads of times at Worlds. It's just the first time I'm paying attention to it.
I don't see any energy cards, and I don't even see an Earthen Vessel.
This is another matchup, actually, where Regidrago could have a very interesting, like, Kyurem game plan. Like, double Kyurem would be very doable, I think. But no energy goes pretty hard.
Thinking about what else to do is actually going to play extremely carefully here, respecting
Yeah, that's
the
fair.
potential of the turn 1 KO on Seinosuke's
MENA
side.
region gets 10 Masters next year, so I'm guessing there's not a huge scene. Ah, okay.
Active Regidrago V onto the bench, and let's look at this hand. Already a Squawkabilly.
I don't know what
Darkness
MENA
energy,
means.
There are a ton of Darkness type Pokemon already.
I assume Middle East? North Africa? No, that doesn't make sense. Unless it does. Unless. The prices aren't too terrible. I wouldn't like to be down a Dark Patch, I know that much, but tis what tis. If they're running a Hisuian Heavy Ball, they got a chance to shuffle up prizes. Mesa even, Middle East and South Africa. So I was right to what you said first. Okay, cool. I didn't know they were they were a bracket together. So only 10 players.
You may see some players
Jeez.
play something like Hisuian Heavy Ball as opposed to the second copy.
It's kinda crap.
EX. Seinosuke recognizes, you know, hey, I may be able to.
That's wild that they're not even close by.
But that means I have to find Hisuian Heavy Ball. Instead of
Then again,
that,
Nor's
I'm gonna play
Australia
Squawk
and New Zealand if you actually know what the distance is like, but
Pretty good odds I'll be able to find it.
look at that bench.
Also in play, even one Roaring Moon getting discarded and not playing Judge, recognizing that Raz has discarded 3 support.
Yo!
Perhaps he doesn't have a good follow.
This is looking like a hand.
We're gonna need to see some more digging from
NG? Yes! Send it!
An easy choice to discard off the top.
I get so excited watching Roaring Moon.
His deck, you can choose to put it in his hand or discard it. In this case, choosing to discard it and now drawing that additional card.
For VGC and Go, they get none. Oof. That's really bad.
Prime Catcher and also another
Prime Catcher as well goes very hard. You can take out the energy Drago now, which I would.
Already holding the other Professor Saz Vitality, and that Prime Catcher, I mean, already the Petron pretty much guarantees a knockout for Seinosuke as long as he finds enough Darkness energy into this discard pile. Probably a Dark.
It's whether they don't run an Energy Switch build or not, because I do like Energy Switch for the Sada, because the Sada becomes 2-on-1 Pokemon then. It makes a lot of sense. You need a Dark Patch and Sada every turn with this build. It just says dash in the table. God, that sucks. I feel really bad for them. That's kind of awful.
Maybe going for concealed cards before.
You got to conceal.
That's what we're more than likely going to see here. Using that Radiant Ninja, discarding this Darkness Energy card to draw 2 from the top.
Still missing one key piece. Usually these decks tend to play Energy Switch in order to manipulate energy a little bit better. Sometimes some water energy, but in this case,
yeah, missing the switches here I think it's going to be quite big.
Forward, Professor Sada reliant, Dark Patch.
So I think you are going to miss the turn 1 knockout here.
One big card missing here, I think. The Dark Patch.
Is he only going to 1? So he can.
Seinosuke has an interesting choice here. Does he accelerate an energy to
Yeah, he's going for 1. Wow.
He's Roaring Moon EX. It looks like that will be the choice. This could open up the opportunity.
What we got? What we got?
Whiff If he
Dot
can
patch.
draw another Darkness Energy and a way to get the one
He's got it. He's got it.
into the discard pile,
Ooh.
quite has everything just yet.
Oh.
No, he's got everything. He's got Ultra Ball, hasn't
He
he?
has the Darkness Energy, but yeah, if he had not attached both energy with Sada, he would have gotten the knockout here.
Does he have the dark patch?
No, there's a way to
He has
do
the
it.
gold dark patch
There's a way
in
to
his
do.
hand.
Gold,
No, there isn't. There isn't. There isn't.
Oh yeah, you're right. I could not
I was gonna say retreat put it on the Greninja and retreat it, but
He
that doesn't do it.
Then he would have been able to pull it off.
Wow.
Ah, it's
Opening here for
upsetting.
Raz, and you can see Seinosuke was not sure what to do. Debated attaching.
To be fair,
it.
Raz's hand ain't great.
Decided to play a little bit of the risk. Knew there was a decent shot. He drew an
That'll
energy
help.
card, and he was unable to do it.
Yeah, and even
Oh, that's upsetting. I've had scenarios like that playing Roaring Moon as well, and it's just like, come on, dude, like
big wave of the opening that he had, and
all
now
the pieces, but like not everything where it needs to be, if that makes sense. Like you hit the dart patch, you hit the energy, it's like I need this engine in this card. How do I do?
He also needs to overcome the
I get why you wouldn't want to risk it, because like if you don't hit anything, it's a complete waste of energy. Or complete waste of Asada. Yeah, complete waste of energy, because one of the worst feelings, you get this Raging Bolt as well. One of the worst feelings is like using Sada for one. Especially if you then draw something else that you could have Sada'd to. It's like, come on, like what? You know what? You don't want half value from a Sada. You get the 3 draw right away, which is nice. Like, I think the draw makes a lot of difference, but you want full value out of your cards, right? You never want to just go like, yeah, 50% will do.
Up until he has 3 in the hand. A nice way to get a few extra cards drawn here and there. It's actually going to be Raz utilizing Seinosuke's Pokestop, and for a pretty decent value as he is able to find an Ultra Ball and superior.
Pokestop goes pretty hard for
minimal loss.
For Retrodrago as well.
Good discard from that Hisuian Gudra V-Star hitting the discard
The
pile.
plus side at the moment is if Raz can't move anything, then it's only a single prize knockout right now.
no energies in the discard pile right now, so the superior energy retrieval not super useful at this point in time, but already has the Retrodrago V-Star.
You have to evolve something up there.
A Dragapult DX here off of this Ultra Ball.
I suppose you could go for the early V-Star here.
Retrodrago V-Star. I thought there was a research in hand, but I guess I oh, he just discarded. All right, so
I think
being a
he
little
already
bit more
used it
conservative.
even. I think he like kicked off the turn by using it, no?
No, he discarded 2 in the beginning, and then he
Cause hey, didn't he research?
chose to discard the one he had in his hand with the Ultra. So gonna play a more conservative Iono, who does recognize that there's a lot of cards in Seinosuke's hand.
Yeah, don't worry about it, it's fine. Clearly it's not a good hand. He didn't get the first turn attack. I wouldn't worry. It's fine.
Star is going to be an option at some point this turn if Raz needs it to pull off a really powerful play.
Legacy Star is so key, right?
The Prime Catch is still in hand, so we can ignore the V-Star for now.
Lugia V-Star's ability, but at this point in time, you have to recognize how powerful it is.
2 Sada being gone already is kind of bad. So the list I saw was running 2 Palpad though, so it's probably not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, you gotta evolve that. I mean, you can still go around it by going for the Ogerpon. Like, on the board is your 6 prizes. Like, he has that. I think not taking a knockout here is actually absolutely going to give the win. Seinosuke.
See what he's able to achieve. Wants to check the discard pile, see what resources Raz has already utilized. What do you think about Raz's decision there, not using Legacy Star, not digging further for an attack?
I mean, there must
The thing is, you're asking Roaring Moon now to hit with Frenzied Gouging rather than Calamity Storm. So if the Moon player does that, then it's easier for a knockout later. But the problem with that tactic is your bench is full of 2 prize liabilities. Like, you've got to know that there's enough bosses and prime catchers and stuff to take what needs to be taken. Pokemon Catcher as well, yep. Save the prime catcher. To be honest, I didn't even know if there was Dark Energy in the deck in the discard then when he did that. I was like, that can't be right. Shoes. He's got the attached turn, so that's okay.
if it is worth holding on to, or is it better put in the discard pile? Having a good thing about it is the Dark Patch, that's a pretty strong card.
I wouldn't want to lose that.
Very strong card, very useful throughout the whole game. It's how you get power up the right.
See, you don't really have much in the way of recovery when it comes to item cards in this build, so
This allows Seinosuke to
I would want to
get out
keep
one
the Dark
kill with
Patch.
Calamity Storm without the self-damage from Frenzied Gouging, and that means there cannot be a 4-prize retaliation through the use of Phantom Dive in a future turn. And I'm pretty sure we lose the resource of the Pokestop. We do get poisoned in the active off of that subjugating chain. So a little bit of damage, but it's way less than Frenzied Gouging.
Yeah, 200 versus 1 damage. Which one should I go for? And the funny thing is, like, that moon now has to be answered. Because if you let it survive with 3 energy, you just clear the poison. If it goes out, you bring up the other Roaring Moon. God, I hate the fact this deck has had a resurgence in the nicest kind of way.
That is crazy when you already have 3 energy in your prize
E-switch?
and you draw 4 in a row with 1 in.
You need an E-switch.
Now,
You need 2 E-switch. No, you need 1.
Crucial Ultra Ball will allow him to potentially get that Dragon Ball DX in the discard pile, but will likely require, unless Restart draws him an energy switch, to utilize the Legacy V-Star to get something going. But this does seem like something that Raz was planning. Go behind.
I don't know if that.
Powerful Iono,
I don't know that Raz was planning on going behind. That's not really beneficial for Regidrago, let's be honest. Like, against these, the decks that beat Regidrago are all these turbo / quick 2-price decks that take 2 prizes every turn. You don't want to go behind against those decks. That's not a thought that has crossed the Moon player's mind. Sorry, the Raz's mind. They want to be surviving. That's such a weird thing to imply. Like, again, I could be wrong. I'm not in the top 4 of Worlds. I'm also not commentating it. Hang on, I'll correct myself. But also, nor are the commentators. You need the Endy switch. Like, I think you have to go for the V-Star here. You need to keep up on the price race, or you just lose.
I think this will finally reveal what Raz is planning. Big V-Star here. 1 card likely going to be the energy switch. I wonder what the other card will be, Chip.
God, it's not nice, is it, that?
Having to think now about what the other card will be. I agree. Of course, one does certainly need to be the energy.
Yeah, you do not take the energy switch.
The other choice is certainly up in there.
Is there only 1 energy switch as well? It's like only 1 hit the discard.
Perhaps a supporter card.
So there's still 3 just like chilling in the
energy cards go. It does look like superior energy retrieval
in the deck.
It also could
I find that so rude. If I run a 4 of, I want to see at least 2 of you anytime I do anything. How dare you? Don't hide from me.
It's pretty much almost guaranteed that Seinosuke will take another 2 prizes no matter what. So it's very important for Raz to make this decision very crucial. We do see the energy.
Man, I love the fact that Loyal 3 has like brought back Roaring Moon. That's kind of crazy. I think anything that can run Petra as well just like should, because of the fact that you can just like hard counter Snorlax if that ever turns up. Like, its deck already had a good matchup into Snorlax. But that's made it so much better. Yep. Triple cure him.
Perhaps taking a page out of Isaiah Bradner's book. We saw this play from Isaiah earlier on. Raz was
I think we knew it was coming.
beat Isaiah in their top 8 match. And Raz is effectively putting Seinosuke on a clock. You've got to
I didn't think about the triple cure him into the big basics like this, but honestly, very cool. I really like it. That's such a clever way to play the card. The thing is, I think you want to make sure you've established enough energy elsewhere, because we haven't seen any more energy switches, and there wasn't a lot of energy in the hand/deck. So you're asking for a lot for this to work. Like, realistically, you can't beat anything. You have to.
That seems like the safest.
Need a
bet.
stadium in play as well.
As much as possible.
I agree. Force Raz to
Unless you're going to go for the other Roaring Moon.
the question, right? Do you have
That feels a bit risky.
energy drill, which I guess he does have that piece of information. Then can you find the 2 energy
Go for the
switches? But you also
retreats.
need another Ogre Pun, right? That's pretty key. You need another Ogre Pun to get that energy into play, and then
Yeah, I think this is the right way to play it.
With a 4-card hand, it's gonna be a tough.
Now, an interesting thing here is Seinosuke does not have a stadium card in play at the moment, so Calamity Storm would not be knocking out this teal mask Ogre Pun.
Yeah, it's a risky play.
Gouging, which would put a lot
I assume the deck's running 4 stop. We've only seen 1 so far. Again, 3 more just hiding in the deck.
Backup Roaring Moon instead of that Pheasant EX. Maybe that's already in the hand.
Just rudely not turning up when invited.
Resources. Maybe he's confident he can pull this off with what he has right now. We're gonna see the retreat. Poison gets removed. We're gonna see the next Roaring Moon get promoted. What does he have in store for us from this hand?
Yeah, you gotta hope for the Pokestop off this.
Vitality.
It's doable. Sweet draw.
So effectively here, Seinosuke is just saying, I hope you don't have it.
Show
We're
it.
able to find something like a judge.
Show the hand.
Disrupt Raz, which we know Seinosuke is playing 2 copies of. I believe 1 hit the discard.
So I think you have to go Frenzied Gouging here.
Off of the prize cards. I think the thing Seinosuke is looking for here is a stadium card. Was he able to find one, or is it going to have to be Frenzied Gouging?
It's Frenzied. I mean, at this stage, it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. Because if Raz can get anything else in the active, plus a Dragapult attack, that's game. That's 4 prize cards. No, it's not game, because they've got 6. They need the Cure in play. I'll correct myself. I thought they were only on 4 prize cards for some reason.
How do you find those 2 energy switches? There aren't that many cards in his deck.
Not
2
many
E-switch
cards,
shouldn't
not
be
too
hard to
many
find.
cards. There is the Earthen Vessel discarding a boss's orders. I see 1 energy switch.
Yeah, 2. The very bottom, almost. Yeah, they're 2. They're
of
gold.
them, those gold.
Yeah.
Gross.
Switch from our favorite expansion, Roaring Skies.
Yep. There's
Is he
8 cards
able to
left, I
find
think, in
them?
the deck.
It's going to be hard not to hit it.
Search available.
I know 3 are gone. I couldn't tell if the last one is.
It's how much draw does man have?
We would already be seeing it get played.
It doesn't look like it. It could come down to Raz drawing into a supporter card here.
You got 1 teal mask. I don't know why you wouldn't risk that first. But yeah, you need to see 2 cards, right?
Puzzle.
There's no Pheasant DPTX in this list. There's no Pheasant
Oh,
DPTX.
not running Pheasant Skibidi when you got the option to?
Raz might need to
Throwing.
draw
Absolutely throwing.
both energy switches off of restart. MuEX will need to be the hero for Raz here.
It will
If we
come down to
if
restart.
Raz, sorry, if
This is gonna be a
Seinosuke
close.
finds
Raz
the
needs to win this turn, needs to pull
stadium, it could just be a clean, like,
get this
0 to 6
knockout.
prize card game.
Otherwise, Seinosuke will more than likely win the game on the next turn. It's not guaranteed. Seinosuke having energy cards on 2 Roaring Moon on the bench.
Did Sino just, like, reverse the order of cards then?
I think there's exactly 7 cards, 7 or 8. I couldn't tell.
Are we hoping for, like, a clever play if we don't see it? Because that'll deck you out, I'm pretty sure.
Oh wait, there's only 1 teal man.
Aw.
It's actually possible
Yeah.
to pull off at this point.
It's not. It's not possible to pull off. Attach
Yeah.
the turn, send up the Cleffa, and Grasping Draw. Looks like a restart to be used first.
Shows the hand.
Gotta make sure that you don't draw your whole deck here, Raz. 3 cards in the hand. Looks like there is more than 4 in the deck. Grasping Draw.
If there's a
cross the
boss or a
fingers.
prime catcher, that's game.
Seinosuke, it may come down to Pokemon
Flip.
Catcher. It may come down to Prime Catcher. Does Seinosuke have the pieces to pull together the knockout? Now, an interesting thing here as well, Seinosuke needs to find that Gust card. Can knock out the Mew EX on the bench with the
Playing
Calamity
quick.
Storm, does not necessarily have to use the Frenzy Gouging.
He's thinning, he's thinning.
As well, can he reach that card? That is the question.
There's
One
2
prime
Pokemon catcher, 1 boss, 1 prime catcher.
orders as well. So Radiant Greninja could be an option.
Yeah, I think it was 2 Pokemon Catcher for what it's worth.
Do you risk a judge here to try and get into those cards?
4 cards to find. 2 of them yield a 50-50. 2 of them win you the game. on the spot.
We are thinning, and thinning is winning.
Thinned out as well.
We
This
could
is
see after
coming
Greninja.
down to the wire. You have to assume after that grasping draw, Raz
Come on.
will have the combo right now. He only even needs one energy switch instead of two. So Seinosuke has to win this turn. Otherwise, Raz will likely walk away the winner.
Come on.
Gonna be very close.
Prime Catcher Robots.
This concealed cards, 2 cards to be drawn. 1
Pokemon Catcher.
Pokemon Catcher. This is a massive flip.
Come on.
Tons of money on
Heads.
the line here for game number.
Yes!
Is gonna choose to bring up the Regigigas V-Star and actually just go for the frenzy gouging. It does indeed
Nice.
work, even though the knockout happens on the Roaring Moon EX.
So technically not a clean 6-0 to prizes, but like functionally.
It was indeed 3 for 3.
Like was Mew on the board? Mew was on the board, wasn't it? So you could just hit with 100 for Calamity Storm for 200 damage for weakness. That would have been a clean 6 prizes to 0.
If you run
Crazy.
50 with the Pokemon Catchers, you're likely in a good situation, or the Crushing Hammers. Right?
Like, I think that's one of the worst feelings in Pokemon, going like 6-0 on prizes, like never taking 1.
Can you imagine, Chip, there was
Maybe it's more insulting that you get 1 based on your opponent choosing to let you take 2. I'm sorry, buddy. Did you get no prize cards? Tell you what, I'll knock myself out for you. There you go. I win though. With those 2 prize cards. I feel like it's quite insulting. So we only saw... Also, great graphic for the poison. We only saw 1 Pokestop that entire game, right? I assume there's 4. Like, that's been the thing forever for Roaring Moon. Like, always run 4. You want those Calamity Storm hits for 220.
Getting so close indeed. Raz went for the play. Isaiah Bradner has seemingly patented. Just was not.
Yeah, triple Kyurem goes pretty hard.
Have the resources due to using Legacy Star earlier in the turn. And the game
I think that actually does like kind of fix your Roaring Moon matchup.
Hits the heads, brings up any of those,
especially if they've had to take a knockout, because you can. Again, I saw a list that was running the ancient boosters again, just to take yourself out of range of Jeffrey, Monkey Dory. Take yourself out of range of Dragapult as well, because theoretically they could take a 6 prize turn quite easily against you if they use Dragapult. Knock out Squawkabilly plus 2 Roaring Moons that are damaged.
How about all these flips?
But yeah, the combo of Kyurem maybe less effective into Roaring Moon, because Roaring Moon's got 230 base. But like, you got Squawkabilly, you've got Mew, you got Pheasantipity. All of those are hittable, or knockable. You can knock all of them out for 220. As long as you're confident that you can do the energy rebuild, I think that's a really smart tactic against the big basics. I think it's more effective into Miraidon. I think it's very ineffective into Roaring Moon. Sorry, Raging Bolt. Because you're dealing with 240 on the Raging Bolts, and you can't do bench damage to the Pokemon. So unless you're putting stupid stuff into play, like Squawkabilly or like Pheasantipity, then I think you're quite... that tactic doesn't really work as well. I mean, granted, I think we did see it effectively used though, didn't we? Like, the Isaiah bossed up the Ogerpon, so the Ogerpon could be damaged, then hit the Squawkabilly and Mew, was it? Something like that? But yeah, there's enough utility Pokemon with less than 220 health for the Kyurem double play to work. I promise you, I'm going to be using that a lot now.
However, I do have to ask, like, with the weakness advantage,
I assume Raz went first.
If things are flipped, if Seinosuke goes first and Raz is able to get 2 Ogre Punts down, 3 energies, and 1 energy switch, you can...
Right, I'm just going to quickly run to the bathroom, chat. I will be right back in like 30 seconds. I'll wash my hands, I promise.
A little bit too much to ask. Pulling that off without Pokemon Catchers, without... with your 1 copy of Prime Catcher, maybe it's a little too difficult.
And I do think that plan does get ruined by the fact that Seinosuke is playing that 1 copy of Roaring Moon.
Right.
That basic Roaring Moon that's not the EX Pokemon. It's extremely easy to get it into the active spot as well, thanks to the Petra runs subjugating chains. So I think that's why Raz has decided to go this route. Now, it is something we talked about in the pre-match, right? The fact that Teal Mask Ogerpon could be an attacker. We didn't really see Raz even consider it, it seemed like, in game number 1. Do you think it's something he should maybe try to pivot to here in game number 2 at all?
I mean, if if he had considered it, I do believe he would have chosen to go second, right? There are a lot of Pokemon that Seinosuke can promote that are not Grass Week. Maybe he's not confident on pulling that off through Squawk and finding a boss's orders. It's not as an aggressive deck as Seinosuke's deck is in the very first turn, so trying to just go for the double Triforce, sorry, and if you get to go first, you're more likely to be able to set up that first Ready Drago V-Star without using the Legacy Star. I think that's the biggest key here.
And what a turn one find here for Raz. It is that Cleffa, the grasping draw, a great option, but more importantly, perhaps, a one prize Pokemon that he can send into the active spot, and very easily something he can retreat into after the
I'm back, sorry. I've been drinking Monster, it goes through me.
Or take a 2-prize knockout in the very first turn.
So I'm guessing Raz chose to go first again, but retreated into Cleffa. Smart.
Must have seen that play before, and to the best of his ability, he might try to.
Okay, we've got an interesting board state here because I think 2 Dark Patch, but nothing to attach to. Is that?
Rely a lot on Squawk. Does rely a lot on Roaring Moon EXs, of course, and Petron. So if you don't have a solid backup bench,
Baby Moon. Ooh. How much damage does Baby Moon generally do in this matchup? It's 4 Raging Bolts, Roaring Moons. 4 Roaring Moons, 4 Sada. That's 8. So it's doing 15. Oven Vessels? Probably gets you to 19? Then any booster capsules? 2021? Don't know the list. 3 Pokemon Catcher prized? Holy!
Oh my goodness, look at these prize cards.
Oh, that's awful.
3 Pokemon Catcher.
3 Pokemon Catcher.
And 1 stop. So there is at least 2 stops in the deck. 3, 4. Okay, there are more.
I don't want you to have them anymore. I'm just going to cut your deck.
Jeez.
Wow.
Don't use them against.
I mean, you'll get access to one of them, hopefully this turn.
Pretty tough beat there for Seinosuke.
That sucks.
Drawn to them with the 4 available in the deck, so has a pretty good shot in order to get ahead. You know, especially the way he was flipping in game number 1. Now it's going to come down to 1 Pokemon Catcher, 1
Catcher, 1 boss, 1 Prime Catcher?
And can he draw those cards as well?
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough.
Yeah, he's not allowed to use the boss, I guess.
Yeah, Pokestop.
Not allowed is a strong phrase, but... Sorry, not allowed. We've decided. Also, anyone who's new to viewing at the moment, I am paying attention, but it is community day, so I'm just catching some Beldum. I'm sorry. I am paying rough attention. Yo!
That is pretty good.
That's huge.
Now bring up this Reggie Drago and a Darkness Energy.
So Sada plus Dark Patch Manual?
Only thing Seinosuke is missing in order to get this turn 1 knockout is a Professor Sada's Vitality or another Dark Patch.
That's crazy.
Yeah, wow, and with that Pokestop you have
Sada? I saw Sada.
there it is. Wow, and the Sada too.
He's got everything.
You can tell that I've played this deck a lot because I spotted the Sada straight away. Can't get a Sada past me.
3 item cards to be drawn.
Oh,
And it's a draw 3? Insanity. The problem is you've only got 1. You probably want 2.
The unexpected deck. I mean, working like this, I'm not surprised it's gotten all the way to the top.
I mean, this is working like a well-oiled
My God.
machine, firing on all cylinders. Seinosuke may have missed a little bit in game number 1, but he is not missing in game.
I don't know that he was missing. He won like clean 6-0 pretty much.
Hill for Raz Wolpe to attempt to climb out of. Ultra Ball from Seinosuke.
What did I call him? Raz Wolfe? Oh, that's a P? I thought it was an F. I swear my eyes don't need testing, but like they definitely do.
Pokemon in play, of course, the pair of Roaring Moon EX on the bench being the recipients
Roaring
of
Moon.
the incoming supporter card, and then 3 cards will be drawn.
Ooh, you're not bad,
Additionally,
Beldum.
After that, the turn is still not over.
Could this be any more perfect, Chip?
That is like the ideal Roaring Moon start. That's so crazy.
Also find the Greninja. We're gonna see more. We're gonna discard the other Squawk. And even more energies. This is
That's so good.
the luxury of not needing to potentially play the Earthen Vessel. Does decide to do it, but what an amazing start for Seinosuke here.
It's exactly how Roaring Moon needs to start. Like, you can't complain about that at all.
Take Raz's Regidrago out of play. It'll take a Fire Energy out of play. Raz actually only playing 2 copies of the Fire Energy, so
Why are people cutting the Fire Energies?
he's gonna need to find everything next turn if he wants to respond.
Like, of all the things you could cut in that list, that's psycho behavior.
Seinosuke, all we need to see now is subjugating chains, and actually, you know what? We're not done. We're gonna keep on digging here.
Yeah, why would you stop?
Grabs another Sada. Why not? There's already a Dark Patch in hand. You know what? Should we just play it? We were doing everything else.
I would.
Say so, right? This is incredible.
The thing is, you can replenish your Sada attachments when a Roaring Moon goes down. Also, in this deck, I don't know if people are realizing, Petron's actually a really good attacker.
I did not expect to be saying that.
60 damage for each prize card your opponent's taken. If you get them on prize, it's down to 5. 300. It's decent. I do wonder if Binding Mochi is worth playing in this deck. Because you are poisoning yourself. Then hitting for 260, I think we're pretty big. Because you're dealing with the stage 1 EXs. I think they top out at 260. Goldengo, for example. Any of the weird EXs that are basic, that 230, 240, you're hitting the Raging Bolt for knockout. I might try that, actually. That sounds like a really good combo. Granted, you're not going to be able to find them, but also you're not finding boosters and stuff either, so I might test that and see how it feels. I'm sure other people have them, it's not good, and that's why it's not being played, but
2 turns in a row. So maybe you can expect it this turn through the Legacy Star.
That's so cool.
Raz's current hand. There's the V-Star. There's a research. Okay. That's a start, right? That's a solid start.
And there is that
Kyurem Prime Catcher, Nest Ball, Energy Switch.
One energy.
Cancel Clone, sorry. Normal Switch. I don't see Energy Switch.
A second energy switch.
Is it at the back? Is that why I'm not seeing it?
I think it's just a regular switch.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
His expression, he's not happy with the cards he drew. The Mew gave him hope, but I think research.
Imagine having hope in Mew. Disgusting.
Out Raz this time around.
Yeah, I'm genuinely curious of the Binding Mochi of Roaring Moon now. That might be overcooking. But if I end up playing Roaring Moon, I'm absolutely going to give that a go. Fiorella, thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciated. Please raise your do's and tutorus in chat for Fiorella Castro C. Welcome along. Hope you're well. But yeah, if you're already poisoning and you've got room in the deck, I don't know. I just think that damage would be really good. If it's good enough for Charizard chat, it's good enough for me. But I suppose it is antithetical to like the Pokestop build and stuff like that. Like if you see Binding Mochis get disregarded off the Pokestop, you're not going to be happy. But also, in certain matches, it ain't going to matter. So having them as like fodder won't be the worst thing in the world.
That may actually need to grab the Teal Mask Ogre.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, you're not attacking this turn. I mean, Raz might have to bank on Seinosuke whiffing for a turn. And
I don't think Seinosuke is missing a turn here. Not with that fire start.
From Seinosuke's deck, from his
I think the Prodigy wrote a song about him.
Seinosuke is going to be very aware and will do his best.
Also, can we talk about how all of the top 8 games have finished within 50 minutes? It's crazy how much slow playing doesn't go on when there's no slow play to play for. Fiorella, I'm not a partnered streamer, so there aren't any drops, I'm sorry. I wish there was. I wish Pokemon would let everybody be someone who can give drops to the community, but I couldn't find anybody yesterday. I was genuinely looking last night for drops-enabled streamers, and there just wasn't any. Like, they were just... I don't know who I'm supposed to go watch to go get this feel stuff. In fact, that's a good question for Piano Fish. Do you know any streamers that are, like, enabling drops? Because, like, I can't find them. I was really annoyed because I really want this feel stuff. So we need the one Pokemon catcher, or Boss's Orders absolutely does the job. You don't need Sada this turn.
Pokemon Catcher definitely gets stronger if you're able to play multiple at the same time.
Just hit 3 heads and just like keep swapping the Pokemon for fun.
Copy of Boss's orders, but he's got a pretty decent amount of dig for it in this current hand. You know, there's the darkness in
Man, I'd absolutely go hunting for the boss.
3.0 waiting in the hand. It looks like another
There's the catcher.
Oh my gosh. I mean, odds are
Double catch.
50-50 on average.
Come on.
You should be able to knock out another 2-prize Pokemon here. And if you manage one,
Do you go for the Drago here?
just need one out of the two.
Doi, do you go for the V-Star here, or do you go for the V?
They're looking dicey and dicier for
I think with the poison situation, you go after the V, right? I managed to find one this morning, couldn't find any English ones, but there was an Italian one. Okay, if you find one this evening, let me know, because I want to just like leave them on the side while I stream myself.
Like Wolpe may have a hard time even taking prize cards. Seinosuke.
He might go for the knockout here,
Looking at the top card,
if he's got, right, retreat attach. He has got retreat
Now, an
attach.
interesting thing here is, do you go for the Pokemon catchers, or do you try to find boss this turn?
Go for the catchers, why not? It's funnier.
You hit on a very key point, Chip.
So did you get your Sphere cosmetics then?
Needs to Professor Sadar needs to use Judge in order to target down the right Pokemon, right? That is why he's
Here's where the boss goes.
Pokemon catchers. And this
Oh,
has
no, maybe
so
not.
much value. Wow, that Pokegear could be huge. There cannot be many cards left over here.
It may almost be guaranteed. There are 2 Pokegear, I'm pretty sure, in this hand as well. Looks like
4,
about
3.
12 or
There's,
so
did you say
cards.
not many cards left? There's a boss. Top deck. God damn.
Able to
Not top deck, but you know what I mean.
Seinosuke will be able to take a 2-prize knockout and put himself.
Not yet, because I only caught half an hour of it. Ah, fair enough.
Knockout necessary.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you did this, but I looked at the Pokemon TCG like channels. Like I got the whole thing up on Twitch. Nobody had drops anymore. Like even Ursaday didn't. And I thought of all people, she would have been one of them. But I don't know whether it's Twitch partners or Pokemon partners, because they are different things. It just says partnered streams, but like it doesn't say partnered to who. So it's kind of frustrating, really.
Try to find any line he can to get out of this spot.
Go for the Ogre Pond, yep.
Boss's orders, moves that Kyurem to the bench, brings up Steel Mask, Ogre Pond, EX, and also Palpad will be able to recycle
Oh my
the
god.
boss's orders.
This is
I don't know if I
brutal.
would wanna put back that Professor
It says
Sada.
drops are running until Tuesday morning, so hopefully we can find one.
Agreed, yeah. And that's
And sure
exactly
enough-
what he's gonna do.
I
There you go,
I
Chip. Yeah,
do
it's
wonder if it's
much
worth like
high-level
finding the
players.
right person to message
Most
for like
players would have
next time, if that makes
immediately
sense.
played the Pokemon catcher, right?
It's annoying that I can't supply them when I'm doing UK coverage like this.
Get that 2-prize knockout, but
Granted, I haven't been asked to, I've just decided to, but I'm doing the UK coverage. Where's my partnership? You know what I mean? But also, I'm not doing a great job of it. I'm playing Pokemon Go, so.
Play from this young player. He is able to take the knockout. 2 Pokemon catcher remaining in the prizes at the moment.
So, is it 2 Pokemon catcher, 1 boss left? Concession? Damn! These are such quick games. That's 40 minutes.
Seinosuke will represent Japan in our TCG Masters Division Finals.
Hell yeah! Roaring Moon in the finals, baby! You'll love to see it.